I'm Estelle Thomson, your mistress of radiance, and this is Walk With Me in Butterfly Alley, a Chic West podcast revival. This is a 10-minute audio series about living a meaningful, sparkly life. One walk, one idea, one story. In each 10 minutes mini episode, I'll share with you what I've been thinking about, what life is teaching me, and maybe a question for your own reflection. So grab a coffee, lace up your shoes, or simply settle in. Let's take a walk together, unfiltered. Welcome to Butterfly Alley. 2 years ago, I literally looked at my husband and I said, but I don't want to look old. And then I paused. I listened to my own words in my head over and over again. And the word afraid and old really stood out. Like I stepped on a bomb that would detonate. And it just gave me a migraine. And I kept repeating that phrase over and over again, like afraid and old. And I aim to not rationalize that phrase, but feel that phrase. Feel I'm afraid to look old. And now, like I started getting angry because this is such bullshit. Have I not normalized my own aging? I close my eyes again. I'm afraid to look old. And the resistance I have, it feels just saying that feels very superficial because I don't feel old. And this is a great, like, if I really feel my age from an inside place, I don't feel old. It's funny, I just got a new passport. I needed to renew my passport and I looked at the picture and I'm not kidding. I was like, I feel I look younger than 10 years ago. I like, why do I keep saying I'm afraid to look old when I don't feel old? And so that realization was really, well, my body exhaled finally, and something revived in me and just admitted to myself that I don't feel old. I don't feel old. And saying that felt real and not, and not superficial. And it was really, I was saying that to Scott, it was related to my gray hair. And, as a dark hair girl, I mean, my hair is really auburn, but I've had a dark brown. I've dyed it consistently since I was 25. I found my first dark white hair when I was 25, and I literally started getting grays when I was 26. And basically, since my early 30s, I've had to do roots retouch every 6 weeks. And I thought I would have had to do this until my death. And I want to tell you, I want to be straight with you. I'm not someone that minds spending the money on beauty. I value beauty. I value stylists. I don't mind spending money on myself. I don't mind sitting in a chair for 3 hours, the inconvenience of it. I love getting adorned. I love the whole process, the whole experience of going to the hairdresser. So, and I know this is coming from like a very privileged place as well. Like I would budget my roots retouch. I look forward to going to my appointment. And I also think hairdressers, they offer such an important and necessary service in general. Like them and yoga teachers, I feel, are so underpaid, but probably be for another podcast. So for me, the decision to stop dyeing my hair really is not about money. It's not about the time consuming event of having your hair done. It was really from a deeper place than this. And during the pandemic, I remember I had a glimpse of my gray streaks, right? Because I couldn't go, I was left on my own devices for 3 months. I was left cutting my own bangs, and I remember like doing almost a little soul inquiry and could I go cold turkey, and I remember seeing the face of my husband too, like just I would pull up my hair because it's the worst if I like pull out my hair. Um and just as like surprised just seeing it, was he was just like he wasn't used to seeing me with gray hair. Um and what I found there was a dissonance because I love gray hair on other women, and like I just love it. But I don't, like, I kept asking myself, is it brave to let your hair grow gray? Like, what are we doing here? Like, is it radical? Like, I don't know. Like, is aging radical? Like, what? What? Um, so is when I told my husband, like, I feel like I don't want to do it. Like, I feel old, and he, as a joke, he literally dared me. He's like, I dare you to do it. And I loved him so much at that moment, and I hated him so much because I was like, "Who am I dyeing my hair for anyways?" And it's a funny thing, because essentially as a yoga teacher, and I am so much like I don't just teach yoga. Like what I do is expanded in like, mentoring and coaching and soul connection programs and goddess work and somatic work. And so, you know, it's not limited to be a yoga teacher, but, it's really what I teach. My body of work is about the magical art of trusting your own surrenders and breathing with your own presence. I teach the art of stillness and slowing down and making space for feeling and making clearing out so we can hear our own voices. And, my ego kept being, yeah, like, you should know better. Like, don't you teach that stuff? And also the dilemma of, like, shouldn't I be over this? Like, haven't I accepted myself already? Like, and my husband was so sweet. He was just like, it's just you.
If you love symbols, journaling, creativity, and a touch of everyday magic, you'll love exploring my Guide to a Magic Life Sacred Symbology Oracle deck, its coloring book of the same name, and my Artemis journal. I created each one to help you pause, reflect, and cultivate a deeper relationship with yourself and the world of magic around you. They are beautiful companions for your morning rituals, moon rituals, creative afternoons, and quiet moments of self discovery. You can find them all at estellethomson.com under shop. Now back to our walk.
And he nailed it there, right? Like this transformation felt like such a big deal because my hair is part of my identity. And, I'm not going to lie, it was loaded to take that decision to not dye my hair anymore. But I'm not here to say that you should or shouldn't dye your hair. That's not what I'm here to say. You know, please be with like all the power to you, be inside your own personal integrity. But what I know for sure is that, like, I don't think it takes courage to age. I think that's just like the natural process of life, but it does take courage to be willing to change, whether that change is in or out. And something like gray hair, that change is so visible. But sometimes transformation is not visible. And what the only thing that should matter is like I don't feel old. So that my hair be brown or blue or white, like that shouldn't matter. And that was really that realization was such a relief. And like I'm almost gonna be 45 in September. Like I'm not 25 anymore. And I'm so okay with that. I don't want to go back to being 25, you know? And so now, like 2 years out, I was literally thinking today how I really don't really think about my hair anymore. And I used to think about my hair all the time, like how to hide it. Do I cover it? Do I not? Do I like I used to, all the attention, all the energy, output of energy out. And I don't know, maybe it's like little by little, I'm really embracing my second act, my midlife. And like I really love my gray hair and I'm proud to age. And I'm proud to do it like gracefully and naturally and walking tall and proud and eventually with a head of fully white. And I was surprised. It's funny because like you take that decision and you're like kind of waiting. I was and I love that really that process was slow, right? It wasn't overnight. Like I think that really helped in the transition of it wasn't as if and I know some people they literally just cut their hair and now they're like, they're gray, but I let mine grow now. And I think maybe the first 6 months was the worst because you could just really see the demarcation. And now it kind of feels like it's just my own highlight, right? So, anyways, perhaps this episode, you know, just just start inquiring about like how you want to progress through your hair transition or how do you feel about it? There's no right or wrong way. Um but know how you feel. And for me it was like I don't feel old and it's just me. And that those two things they became my mantras. And also, FYI, I have the best husband ever, fully madly in love. So now maybe it's time to give him a dare. All right. Stay forever young, always. I'll see you next time on Walk With Me in Butterfly Alley. Bye.